So good morning everyone. For today's topic, we will be tackling about the topic transfer of learning. Do you have any idea or what comes into your mind when you hear the word transfer of learning? So when you say transfer of learning, it is happen when learning in one context or in one set of materials affect performance in one context. It simply put that applying in another situations what you previously learned. For example, for example, you learn to ride a bike on your neighborhood, and then later you you visit a park, and then you decide to ride a bike on trails, and then you apply what you previously learned in your neighborhood, like balancing, pedaling, or any type of what you previously learned just to ride a bike in a park. Do you understand? And another examples are you learn to solve math problems in school, and then later you're you go to shopping, and then you need to calculate the total cost of that items, and then you apply math skills you learn in school to calculate the total cost. For example, it simply means that um, in one situation, if you have learned previously, like solving math problems like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and subtraction, and then in your high school, it is easy for you to solve the problems or equations. It's because you've learned that previously in your school. So do you understand about the transfer of learning? And now we'll proceed to the types of transfer. So first is positive transfer, negative transfer, near transfer, and far transfer. But first, we will be discussed and tackled about the positive transfer. So, do you have any idea what is meaning, or what means by positive transfer? So, positive transfer is occurs when learning in one content improve performance in another contents. Happens when learning in one situation help or make it easier to learn something new in another different situation. The previously knowledge or skills support the new learning. So, uh, for example for the positive transfer, a person who knows how to play a violin finds it easier to learn how to play guitar because both involve string instruments. So, the example states that if you learn how to play violin, and you want to learn guitar, it is easy for you to learn because guitar and violin are quite similar because it is string instruments. So I have another example here. Students who know how to write essays in English may find it easier to write essays in Spanish, since both languages share similar sentence structures. So now let's proceed to the second types of transfer. So the second types of transfer is the negative transfer. Do you have any idea or what comes into your mind when you hear the word negative transfer? So negative transfer occur when past learning interferes with or causes mistakes in learning something new. Um, this usually happens when people apply old habits or rules incorrectly in a new situation. So, for example, a person who learned to drive an automatic car might struggle when driving a manual car because they are not used clutch. So, in example number one, it says that if you learn to drive a automatic car, and then um, you try to drive a manual car, it is it might be difficult for you because they are they are not the same. They don't have clutch. They are different. So, example number two, imagine an athlete who has played soccer for years and is used to controlling the ball with their feet. When they try to play basketball, they might mistakenly try to dribble the ball using the same technique like using footwork for soccer. Instead of instead of learning the proper hand dribbling method, this mix up of skills from soccer interferes the learning they're learning the correct basketball technique. So, in example number two, if in years you played a soccer and then now you try to play a basketball, it is difficult. Why? Because in soccer, uh, they use the feet to control the ball, while the basketball, it is used by hands to control the ball. So it has many difference. So it might struggle everyone who wants to learn or apply their old habits to new situation. So next, let's proceed to the third types of transfer, which is the near transfer. So when we say near transfer, it happens when you learn a situation and very similar to the previous one, so applying knowledge or skills is easy. It is also called specific transfer because it implies closely related situations. So, um, for example, a student who practice solving algebra problems in class can answer similar problems correctly in exam. So in example number one, if you practice solving algebra problems in class, and then it is easy for you to answer the algebra problems in school. Why? Because you've learned that algebra problems in your school. That's why it is easy for you to solve or answer the questions in exams through solving the algebra problems. So in example number one, if if you another example, if you try to solve like multiplication, addition, subtraction, division, and then it will come in the examination. It is easy for you to answer the questionnaires because you've learned that when you were in school. And then example number two, someone who knows how to use an iPhone 12 can quickly learn how to use iPhone 15 because the interface and functions are almost the same. So in example number two, it shows that if you if you use iPhone 12 and then you tried to use iPhone 15, and it is easy for you to use the iPhone 15 because it is almost the same. It is almost the same, like the functions and etc. And now let's proceed to the last type of transfer. So the last type of transfer is the far transfer. So far transfer means that happens when knowledge or skills from one situations apply to a completely different and unrelated situations. It is also called general transfer because it requires deep thinking and understanding. So in far transfer, it is very different and it is unrelated situations. So we need to think deeply and we need to have patience to understand. So I have example here. Example number one: a soldier who learned discipline and leadership in the army uses the same skills to become a successful business manager. So, an example number one, uh, it shows that he is a soldier and he learned discipline and leadership in his work, and then he used the same skills to become a successful business manager. So in example number two, a child who learned patience while solving puzzles apply the same patience while learning how to cook. So in example number two, it shows that there is a child who learned patience while solving puzzles. We know that solving puzzles is very hassle and it requires patience. And then the child applied the same patience when he learned how to cook. And uh, for, tran- for transfer requires a deep understanding and patience patience so that we can completely understand and think about our decisions. And that's all. Thank you.